everyone, welcome to our kitchen. Today we're going to be making a plant-based mac and cheese. This is one of my favorite recipes, super simple, easy to make, a one-pot dish. We're also joined in our kitchen by our lovely sous chef Charlie at my feet today. So come on and join us when we make this dish. So our ingredients for this recipe today are going to be brown rice pasta. You're going to need 16 ounces, 1 1/3 cup of peeled and chopped golden potatoes, a 1/2 cup of chopped onion, 1/2 cup of chopped carrots, and those can be peeled if you desire, 1 cup of the veggie cooking water that you're going to reserve, a 1/2 cup of soaked drained cashews, can be raw or roasted, a 1/4 cup of coconut milk, a 1/2 cup of nutritional yeast flakes, 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic granules, salt and pepper to taste, and panko breadcrumbs for the topping. And if you're like me and you don't want your hands to smell like onion or even garlic, you can use a little piece of stainless steel. This one just happens to be shaped like a soap bar. You just wash your hands with soap and water with the piece of stainless steel, and no more onion and garlic smell. And now we're going to take a large pot, fill it with water, and put it on the stove to boil. Place our breadcrumbs in a small pan, spread them out nice and thin, and we're going to put them in the oven at 350 for about 10 minutes until they get nice and caramelized and brown. So now that our water is up to a boil, we're going to go ahead and add our chopped veggies. They're going to cook about 15 minutes just till tender. And when you're putting the vegetables in the pan, you want to make sure you get them nice and low so you don't create any splatter like I just did. And burn yourself. I literally just burned. So while the veggies are cooking, we're going to add the rest of the ingredients to our Vitamix. I love my Vitamix. Now you don't have to have a Vitamix to do this recipe, you just might have to blend it longer to get a more smoother puree. But what I love about the Vitamix too is it actually heats up the sauce. So if you just let it keep running, it'll actually reheat the sauce when you're ready to serve. So we're going to go ahead and add all our ingredients. This includes the cashews, the coconut milk, the nutritional yeast that I can get everywhere, the lemon juice, and the garlic. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and put the lid on the blender and give this a quick pulse to get these ingredients combined. So we're going to start it off on a low speed, turn it on, and turn up the speed to get it moving. So I think the veggies are now cooked. We're going to go ahead and give them a test. Just use a slotted spoon. We're going to grab a couple of veggies and just give them a little toss. Tender to the knife, we're going to go ahead and take these out and add them to our already started sauce. So we have our cooked veggies in our Vitamix. It doesn't matter if you grab a little bit of cooking water as you're straining it out. We're actually going to use cooking water to thin down this sauce. We're actually going to grab a cup, maybe a little bit more of the cooking liquid. So you want to be really careful while you're doing this. It's going to be hot, so I just have an extra little plate right here. We're just going to grab some cooking water, stick it on there so we don't spill it anywhere, and set it off to the side. We want to bring this pot of water back to a boil to cook our pasta. We're going to be dropping our brown rice pasta into the boiling water. I love this pasta because it's super quick and easy. It also is only 2 ingredients. It's just brown rice and pasta. This makes this dish gluten-free. If you omit the breadcrumbs, it's completely gluten-free. So now we have our cooked veggies in our Vitamix. We're going to go ahead and finish the sauce. We're going to add about a cup, maybe 3/4 of a cup of the cooking liquid. Just be really careful, it's really hot. And we're going to blend. I think it's nice and blended. We're gonna go ahead and season it with salt and pepper. Now I use pink Himalayan sea salt. It actually has some extra minerals and vitamins in it, so it's really healthy. So we're just gonna add a little bit of sea salt, or sorry, pink Himalayan sea salt, and some black pepper. You can add white pepper if you don't want to see the flakes, but we're just making it for us tonight, so we're gonna just add some black pepper. Give it one more quick blend and give it a taste to make sure it's the right consistency and has the good flavors. All right, now we're just gonna give it a quick taste. It looks like it's a really good consistency. It's kind of like a nice little coating cheese sauce. Now this sauce, I actually have extra in this recipe on purpose. We're not gonna add all this sauce to the final pasta dish. When you reheat this dish, because there probably will be leftovers, let's just be honest. When you reheat this dish, you're gonna add a little extra of the sauce to it to get it that creamy consistency, since the pasta is probably gonna absorb a lot of the sauce. So this looks good. We're just gonna give it a quick little taste. Flavors are on point, so let's drain our pasta. All right, our pasta is done cooking. We're gonna go ahead and take it off and drain it. The thing with brown rice pasta is it has to be rinsed, so I have the water already going. Oops, steam bath. I have the water already going. We're gonna go ahead and drain him off. Set that pan down and rinse the pasta. And there's our Cooper dog just taking a nap in the nice warm sun in the afternoon. We're gonna go ahead and put the pasta back in the pan. And now we're gonna come back over here and do my favorite part of adding the cheese sauce. And we're gonna add enough cheese sauce to make it rich and creamy. Like I said, there will be extra sauce for sure. And now we're ready to plate. So we grab a big bowl, because you want a big bowl of this macaroni and cheese. We're gonna go ahead and plate it up. If you wanna omit the breadcrumbs, like I said earlier, that would make this gluten-free. But we're gonna give us a nice, healthy dose of this. So we have mac and cheese, and we're gonna top with breadcrumbs. And there you have it, our plant-based mac and cheese. This recipe is very simple and easy to do. If you want to add some embellishment or put your own flair on it, add some chipotle to the sauce to give it a little heat. You can add some sauteed mushroom or any other vegetables to the sauce, but let's go ahead and give it a taste. My favorite part is absolutely the breadcrumb crunch on top. This is not a mac and cheese that I would bake in the oven. It'll actually dry it out, but it tastes so good, and you would never know it's not real cheese. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. If you like what you saw, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. If you'd like some more recipes and resources, head on over to alicialinger.com. But in the meantime, we hope you guys have an awesome day, and we'll see you next time. By all means, you can even add roasted marshmallows. I can't believe I said plant-based mac and cheese.